Okay, I'll tell you two things a learner could do to, really, pick up good English and good vocabulary, dictionary is diction, which is words, a bunch of words, right? And is one is I didn't learn English in my class. I learned English outside class by being in debates, being in elocution, being in dramatics, being a good reader. I read a lot. You cannot use advanced English that easily unless you're unless you're a Shashi Tharoor. It's not possible. Okay. So
Okay.
you use the word perfect. Nobody is perfect. Even a teacher is not. So it's a journey. It's a because your basic English is good. I can see that. I mean, you're confident. You seem quite comfortable in the language. It's not a demon like people. Oh my God, I don't want to speak. Have you spoken in front of an audience?
Not yet. I would love to explore them. First thing, that it gives me relaxation and satisfaction that I'm seeing something really nice, which I have never seen before in my life. Second, it gives me knowledge about the different places. Hello.
Yeah, Karishma. Good morning.
Very good morning,
Good
sir.
morning. Good morning. We haven't met before, so quick introduction would be nice.
Yeah, for sure, sir. My name is Karishma Chauhan. I'm speaking to you from Gurgaon. I was actually born and brought up in Delhi, but presently I'm staying
Uh-huh.
here from last 5 years. I'm a married woman. I'm an advocate by profession. I have two children, and apart from that, I have a YouTube channel. That's all about me.
You have a YouTube channel.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
What do you do with that? You're an advocate, you said, right?
Yeah, I'm an advocate. I'm a practicing lawyer. I'm
Yeah.
practicing advocate, but on YouTube I post English videos, conversational videos with my fellow YouTubers, with my subscribers.
Okay. Let me. I'm digressing a little bit. Let me ask you a question. Why do you do that? What is the intention? I mean, I'm not questioning. I'm just asking.
When I started my channel, that time I was not able to speak English. So
Uh-huh.
that time I have started and I used to speak broken English. And then I find few people there. They wanted to communicate with me. So like just by communicating with each other, I feel that I get command over this language. I'm not really perfect. I'm still learning, but YouTube channel is the best way to practice actually. That is the only reason.
Yeah, you get people to talk to you.
Yes.
Okay. No, it's a good thing. No, it's not an easy thing to do. That's why I asked. I know at least three of my, students who come on the platform. You're the fourth I've heard. Three of them who do the same thing in different
Oh,
ways, right? Some of them, they actually share the videos which they actually recorded here. And I've seen myself on YouTube many times because somebody is putting it. Not
that
because I don't follow it, to be honest, but yeah, I've
okay.
seen it. And what the point you made is quite valid because most people find it difficult to find a speaking partner.
Partners.
Especially, I found that because I think 80% of my students are from the north. Okay, now I'm from the south. I'm a Malayali, but I'm
Okay.
born in Kerala, but I was brought up in Bangalore. So I spent a majority of my time in Bangalore and Hyderabad. I've never been in my home state, to be honest. And
Okay.
because my father was in the army, and then we were in boarding school and the rest of it. Then I spent going further. I spent about 2 decades outside of India, then came back to India in 2017, and I started training in my
Oh,
line, which was not this anyway. Then I certified myself like a second career. I certified myself as an IELTS coach. I'm a TESOL English tutor, and it's only because of my interest in English, nothing else. My dad was an English literature student way back. Then he joined the army, and he used to speak only in English. But what I found, my environment was different because we only spoke English at home. We didn't speak the mother
outside.
tongue. We didn't speak the mother tongue. We spoke Hindi in school because it was a military school, and I learned my Hindi in school outside of
Okay.
class. Outside of class, I speak fairly good Hindi, but
That's nice.
yeah, but I speak Malayalam, but I can't read and write
Okay.
my language. We used to call
Same
it,
way I can, same way I can speak Bengali, but I cannot write and read.
yeah, because you're not there. I think
Yeah.
you're in Delhi, right? Your
Yeah.
Hindi is probably better because of the fact that. Okay, so it's interesting. Now, what is your? Now I can hear you now. I've been listening in the short introduction. What are your problems with English?
The major problem is I am not able to speak properly about my past. If you will ask me something related to my past, if you ask me to describe an incident from past, I might end up making a lot of grammatical errors. That's the main problem with me.
Hmm.
And apart
Hmm.
from that, the vocabulary that's a little less. I don't have much words to speak. I use to speak very basic English with basic words.
One question: do you read?
I started reading, but yes, in my past I have never read anything.
Okay, I'll tell you two things a learner could do to, really, pick up good English and good vocabulary, dictionary is diction, which is words, a bunch of words, right? And is one is read regularly. Make it into a habit you love, not a habit which is a like a
Course.
homework. No,
Mm.
it's not a homework. You're forced to read. You must love reading. Can you get into the character? Can you get into the story? Can you get into the theme of the book? Then you love reading. It's like watching a film. It's just that it's inside. It's a very, what shall I say, um, something which you keep to yourself, right? When you're reading, you imagine things. You imagine a
Imagine.
scene. You imagine a
You
scene. You imagine a,
visualize things. Yeah.
yeah, visualize. You learn to visualize, and you imagine this is a situation, whether it's a love story, whether it's a mystery, whether it's a historical story, autobiography, biography, fiction. It doesn't matter. uh, Read regularly, even if it's 20 minutes before you go to sleep. If you don't get time, the common excuse is I don't have time. You can find the time. Okay.
Yes.
Second, keep a journal. One of my students I spoke to recently, I asked her because she was coming to the end of her journey, and she was from Bombay, and I asked her three things. Tell me, how did you improve your English? And she's improved dramatically. Okay, from where she was, and she said three things. One, I read. Okay. Two, I write a journal every day, even if
Okay.
it's about my day, which is can be very mundane, day to day stuff. She's not a writer, author, or something, but she writes. Three, she says, I speak to myself because she
Okay.
doesn't have the opportunity to speak
Okay.
as much as somebody else. Now, the journal is very interesting because she said what it helped me to do was to remember the words I normally forget.
Right.
By listening, you don't remember words. A lot of people listen to OTT platforms or speeches or
Mm.
talk shows and all that. They think it's good for pronunciation, it's good for accent because you're listening to a foreigner, you're speaking to an American or a British. Fine, you can sort of ape their accent. That is why when we go abroad, we start talking like them. If you spend 5 years in Canada, you start talking like a Canadian because one, they will understand you the way you speak, and you start mirroring them. Mirroring is being like them, right?
Imitation.
Body language, the language and the accent. Here, by reading, you form your own words. You you form your own phrases, your expressions. How do I express myself? How can I use good words, good phrases also? So you'll be able to use those because you remember. I have read it and I've noted it down in my journal. Now it's a new word.
Mm.
When you talked about vocabulary, it's a work in progress all the time. I mean, a tutor can only do that much in class. I refuse to believe that we can convert you from a average speaker to a proficient speaker in class. It's not possible. Because I didn't learn English in my class. I learned English outside class
Okay.
by being in debates, being in elocution, being in dramatics, being a good reader. I read a lot. So even now, it's a lifelong journey for me because it is a language which can surprise you as you go on. If I say I know every word in English, I'm lying. I don't
Right.
know every word in English. I still look at some words, I don't know the meaning. Even recently, I was Surprised. I didn't know it. So I write it down. I have a word bank with me, and I write it down, and I try to use it if I can. But otherwise, I'm careful because the meaning of the word is very important, and you cannot use advanced English that easily unless you're unless you're a Shashi Tharoor. It's not possible. Okay, so
Okay.
you use the word perfect. Nobody is perfect. Even a teacher is not. So it's a journey. It's a learning all the time, and you'll get better and better as you go on. Right. So this is
Right.
my approach to teaching because this is how it is. It's a language. It is not a subject. Oh, I learned so much, so that's enough. I'm appearing for an exam. You're not appearing for an exam. You're just here to talk. You're here to express yourself, and how well you express, we'll see over time. You'll get better because your basic English is good. I can see that. I mean, you're confident. You seem quite comfortable in the language. It's not a demon like people. Oh my God, I don't want to speak. Have you spoken in front of an audience?
Not yet. Not
Yeah,
yet.
that's something you should try because uh, if you don't have stage fright, if you're not scared of standing there and talking about a topic, you should try because it can raise your confidence 10x.
But how? From where will I get the audience who would love to listen to me?
Not love to listen. Join clubs, join talking clubs, or sort of communities where you are allowed to talk, or you push yourself to talk. I'd like to talk today about, can be any topic, could be uh, you know gender equality, maybe education in India, maybe social media, maybe anything you feel strongly about. For example, it could be in your community, it could be your friend circle, it could be your. For example, I tell a lot of people, you are thrown into an event where you're supposed to speak. It could be a friend's birthday, it could be a friend's wedding, it could be a alumni meet when you go to college or school. When you go back, they tell you, okay, Karishma, why don't you say a few words about school or college, whatever. uh, an occasion can be a family gathering too. It could be a event, I mean, advocates, your lawyer thing. I know a company secretary guy in Delhi. He's from Gurgaon too. Speaks beautifully in Hindi, by the way. But when he joined my class, I mean, he's also a very, very eloquent speaker in English. And he joins my class not because he wants to learn English better. I'm sure he joins because he wants to talk to me.
Okay.
I cannot teach him a lot more because he is a very widely traveled, company secretary. He runs his own firm. He travels all over the world. But I find him a very, very good, strong speaker, very good storyteller. There's a knack of telling a story. It keeps the talk interesting. Life stories, actual incidents, anecdotal. He is very interesting to listen to, and I always look forward to meeting him because I've never met him, but meeting him here on the EnglishYaari, very interesting. You can be that because you have that kind of personality who can project yourself better. As long as you gain the confidence to do it. Okay. Now,
But
what I'll tell you to do is to speak about something now. Speak for 5 minutes if you can.
about what?
Uh, Choose your topic, which you're
You can
comfortable in.
give me
Talk
any
about your.
topic. You can give me.
Okay, I can, but some of these topics can be difficult for you because you may not be familiar. So it's a
But still,
you
I
need
will try.
you. Yeah, sure. I have 20 topics. I can give you any of them.
Give me the easy
Hold on.
one.
Here you go. No, that's not. The easy is because if you know it is easy. If you don't know it, it's like question and answer, right? The question is easy, the answer is tough. So it's like that. So, do you travel? Do you like
Yes, a
traveling?
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Talk to me about travel, its key elements which you love about travel, and what are its benefits if you travel.
Benefits of traveling.
Yes, there are benefits of traveling,
Okay.
which you will realize as you travel, right? And
Okay.
what are the key elements? What do you look for in travel? Where do you like to go? What sort of holiday do you like? Is it a group travel? Is it alone? Is it?
Okay,
Tell me everything.
I'll talk about traveling, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, as a whole. So if I talk about traveling, earlier I was a kind of person who doesn't like to travel, because I used to feel afraid while traveling, either via road, via air, or via train. I used to feel very scared. But since I became a mother, I have two children. The one is 6 years old and the other one is 2 years old. So I thought of traveling because I feel that traveling is the best way to gain knowledge. And for my children, if they will explore different destinations, they will definitely going to learn something better by every new place. So for that reason, I make myself strong and I started traveling from last 2 years. So like recently, if I talk about my recent travel, it was Manali, Kullu Manali. We went there on last week on Friday and we came back on Monday. So it was 3 days trip. What I really like about that is that we are living in an environment where we cannot find nature. We are Our life is very hustle bustle. It's very busy schedule. We can't go out, or even if we go out, we don't get that fresh air. So I thought that destinations like Kerala, Manali, these are like nature made places, so I would love to explore them. First thing, that it gives me relaxation and satisfaction that I'm seeing something really nice, which I have never seen before in my life. Second, it gives me knowledge about the different places, and how the local things are there, local cuisines are there, what is the best products made in that place, particular place. And that is also good for my child at the same time, because children learn fast when they explore the things practically instead of reading in the books. And I have noticed this thing last year when we went to Jaipur with my children. My child, he's 6 years old, he learned everything, he remembered everything, that what are the places we visited there, what are the specific things related to that place. For that reason, I consider traveling is the beautiful thing. Third is that we are so busy in life, we are in so much stress, so we need a break every time. So it is a good time, like every year I think you should make one trip so that you feel relaxed. You should not be continuously 365 days you have to work. It's not compulsory. You have to take out time for yourself, because when you feel free, you feel calm, you will be more productive. If you keep working whole 365 days of a year, you won't feel that productive. You feel sometimes frustrated, exhausted. So traveling is the best way to calm your mind, to refresh you, and at the same time you get some time to spend your family, which usually people don't get because the life is so busy. Every person is busy in working, someone is busy in office, someone is busy in house, so we don't get time to spend with children as well. So like those 3 days, there is no cooking, no mopping. We just have to spend time with children. That is the best thing. So it helps to strong the family connection, it builds the connection with family as well when you travel. So I think these are the three, four benefits of traveling as far as I know. That's it from my side.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was writing down some words which I think is relevant to travel, because I like traveling myself. I've traveled a lot when I was out of India. One, you talked about experiences. Everything is an experience when you're outside, whether it's eating out, camping out, or sightseeing, etc. Exposure, very important, because I found with children that they get exposed to, as you
Exposure,
said,
yeah.
a learning process. It's what is known as experiential, meaning it's not experience, but it's also an experience to learn something. So it's like doing it rather than just listening to it. Like if I tell you to do something, you learn faster than listening to me.
Listening.
This is a
Right.
problem with our education system, right? So you don't make people do, think for yourself.
Yes.
Exploration, you said, great.
Ex-
Explore your mind,
Exploration.
exploration is
Exploration.
one way of going out and seeing things. It was something which happened 500 years ago. If you go to a place where, a temple or a, whatever it may be, architecture. Relaxation, yes, you have to take your mind off, get out of your flat or community, and
Yes.
just go and relax, chill. Therapeutic is a word which we use. Therapeutic is like anything which gives you joy. Therapeutic, it's like gardening.
Therapeutic.
Gardening with plants gives you joy. Somebody is a good painter, painting is therapeutic. It
Therapeutic.
goes into your mind, like, you feel
So
happy and
traveling is therapeutic for me.
therapeutic. Yeah, that's not normally used in travel. Outlook, yes, sure. You expose yourself to other cultures and languages, or in India, dialects, or the way people live, which is very different from you. And you'll be
Right.
surprised how everybody lives a daily life. We may
Yes.
think it's fascinating to watch them when you go to a village in Kerala or a village in Himachal, but that's their life. They do it every day, day in day
Mhm.
out, whether they have to walk 5 kilometers to get water. Some people may find it exciting to watch them, but they do that every day.
Yeah.
It's a question of survival, is a question of living a day for them,
Mhm.
right? For us it might be something new. uh,
Yes.
Bonding, yes, without a doubt, because even between a couple, I would say when you are on your own, the bonding you have is something different from when you're at home, right?
Yes.
So
True.
sometimes you be yourself, because there is a famous Japanese saying, which says, there are three people in you. You are
Okay.
three people. One is a person you think you are. The second is a person others think you are. And the third person is somebody you don't know.
Okay.
And if you think deeply, the Japanese are big thinkers, okay, deep thinkers. They don't talk too much, they think more.
Okay.
If you really look at that three sides, it's very true, because there's some things about you don't know now, you may know after 5 years or 10 years. And
Right.
it comes up suddenly in your life with experiences and stuff. So this is what they say. So many times when you're on your own with your husband or children, or together, you tend to bond more because you're in a out of your comfort zone. You're not in this comfortable home of yours. You're somewhere you don't know what might happen, but there could be problems or there could be difficulties, but you still get together and be yourself. That's what I'm saying. Not try to be something which people want to be. Or
Yes.
it's not an Instagram post, right?
Right. Right.
Which you're trying to put things out there which looks nice and
Yeah. Just to
everything is
show
okay,
off.
just to show off or try to believe that is what it is,
Yeah.
which may not be the case. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. Social media, which is a topic which I love to talk about, because it's interesting to listen to young people how they approach social media. I have young children too, but they are not in India, but they're out. But they approach social media in a different way. Some approach it very inclusive,
Mm.
some exclusive. Not all of them are into it as much as we think. Anyway, let me go to some vocabulary. I think I have just enough time to touch upon some words which you may practice, use, as case maybe. Let me give you some words, not difficult. Some of them may be, again, depending on whether you know the word or not. But let's start with some words for you to maybe put your mind to. There's a word called, how do you pronounce
Yeah.
this?
I don't know. Married. Maria. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually myriad views, myriad experiences, meaning multiple experiences. Okay.
Okay.
Or myriad views, or a point of
Myriad.
view can be myriad. Like, there's another word which is, again, means a little bit the same, but it's also a little complicated. Plethora.
Plethora of knowledge. Yeah.
You heard of that? Plethora, you
Yes,
know.
I am. Yeah, I know.
Okay, can you form a sentence with that word, plethora?
I have a plethora of knowledge about law because I am an advocate by profession.
Okay. If you have a plethora of knowledge of law, I'll give you an opposite of that. Is another. I'm not going to give you all difficult words, by the way. It's just an example to compare the two.
Esoteric. Esoteric.
Eso,
That's
esoteric is
esoteric.
the opposite of plethora, meaning a limited knowledge of the subject,
I have esoteric
uh,
knowledge.
of a particular subject. Yeah. Okay.
Esoteric.
So that
Esoteric.
I purposely put it there just to give the opposite, nothing else. Okay. Another
Okay.
one. Uh, How do you term your vocabulary? Good, average?
Average. I think basic. Nonchalant.
Have you heard of it?
No.
Nonchalant is a very casual attitude.
Hmm.
or an attitude which can be supposed to be casual. It may not be casual, but he's got a nonchalant style. Uh, like he gives an impression that he's very not really interested
Give me
in
the
that.
pronunciation of this word.
Nonchalant,
Nonchalant.
nonchalant, yeah, nonchalant.
Sure. Okay. Nonchalant.
Sure, yeah, it's not nonchalant. It's
Yeah,
not
I said so.
challenge. It's not challenge. It's nonchalant.
Nonchalant.
Yeah, we'll get into words without, I mean, a silent letter, which is very common in English. If you ask me why it is silent, I don't know. Nobody knows. English,
Nonchalant.
the Englishman wanted you to pronounce it that way. So there's so many words which there are silent letters, which we use every day, right? So this is simple.
Minimal. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Minimal is easy. Palatable.
What is palatable?
No
It's
idea.
something to do with food. Your palate is there in your mouth, right? So when you taste some food, it's good for the palate, they say. So if you don't like, um, what is it, spicy food, you react to it, right? Because your palate does not accept the spice. So palatable is something you can accept. So it can be used in food, or it can be used in accepting an idea. Am palatable to a new idea. Am palatable to a disruptive idea, okay, or a disruptive thought. You can also say the food was not palatable. That means it was not edible.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
edible, what it means. Edible, what is it? I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
I know. I know.
it's not edible. It's not worth eating it. It wasn't good. So the food was not palatable, or the food was very palatable. Can also be used
Okay.
if you love the food, or you
We
love the
use
idea.
it both ways.
Palatable, yeah. Uh,
Articulate, I know.
what is the
Articulate
meaning?
of explain or express your thoughts, like articulation, the way you put your thought to another person, that is like articulation.
Absolutely, articulate.
Obesity, yes, I've heard this also.
Yeah, it's quite common in America. They say high rate of obesity, which is excessive fat. You
Yes, I
carry
know.
a fat which it goes beyond
X.
the BMI measurements and so on.
uh
That's obesity.
Right.
Dangerous too when you put on too much weight.
Obesity. Morose, no idea.
Morose is somebody who is what shall I say, a bit dull. A morose person can be somebody
Okay.
who's dull, a little dull or sad, or
He
it's
has
a
a
mix of
morose personality.
personality. Yeah, he's not very lively. Lively could be the
Not
opposite of that.
very.
Morose. Yeah. Similarly, there's another word which is, uh, you get these words when you read often, when you read regularly. Yeah, these are words which are not very advanced. Yeah, you need to read, so you come across these kind of
Verbose,
words.
I don't know.
Verbose is a very loud person,
Verbose is a
who's
loud
who
person.
who uses a lot of difficult words for the sake of it. That means he uses vocabulary to impress you,
Okay.
not vocabulary to use. So he's
Okay.
a verbose person who can be very boring. Somebody who
Okay.
talks too much, or talks language which is way beyond anybody can understand. So he's considered, loud is the common word to say it, but verbose is, yeah, maybe the more technical word. I'll give you a word which is pronounced two ways, in American and English ways. What is this?
Mobile or
Yeah,
mobile.
mobile, exactly. Mobile and mobile. That's because Americans pronounce it the way it's spelled. I'll come to that a little later. The way the phonetics is, they will actually pronounce it. For example, this word is similar.
Often.
Often, but they
Often.
say